From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Tuesday morning to you. Flyway girls basketball teams went just 1-3 last night in non-con action. Winnebago Lutheran got that lone win. The Vikings took down Oakfield 55-50 at home. WLA used a couple of big scoring runs. The first, a 17-0 run in the first half, sparked by a couple of Seal McCauley three-pointers. McCauley just a freshman, but junior Addison Supernan says McCauley's shooting already had an impact.
Seal's great. She's always ready to catch and shoot, which is great. She's got such a quick release, and she helps us a lot. She's another threat on the three-point line.
McCauley finished with a team-high 15 points. Supernan had 10. The Vikings able to get out and pressure the Oaks defensively, playing mostly full-court man-to-man defense. McCauley says the Vikings good in transition, so getting steals is important.
When we play good defense, we can definitely get more points in transition. We're definitely a good transition team. We got lots of quick movement, and we can get those easy layups.
The second run for WLA came to start the second half. They used a 15-4 run out of the locker room to build a 15-point lead, which helped them hang on for the win late. Coach Eric Schroffnagel.
As far as some of the runs, one of the things we talked about at halftime was just winning the first 4 minutes of the second half. So I was really proud of our girls, how we came out those first 4 minutes of the second half and really and won it. That was big to kind of get us a little padding there.
So the Vikings moved to 2-1 on the early season. Lemire was back in action against Winneconne last night, and it seems like the Wolves maybe got something special up in Winneconne this season. After beating Omro by nearly 40 on Friday, Winneconne went to Lemire and got a 66-43 win against the Lions. Lemire led once again by freshman Josie Christian. She had 19 points. Savannah Free had 9. Jadalee Lidke hit a couple of threes and finished with 6. Lemire now 1-2 on the year, a tough schedule for them in the first 3 games. Campbellsport dropped to 1-2 after a 45-37 home loss last night to Random Lake. Ava Sabish continued her impressive start to the year. She hit 4 triples and led the Cougars with 17. And finally, Mayville also dropping to 1-2 with a 67-40 loss to West Bend West, but a three-headed monster seemingly forming for the Cards. Ellie Woyan had 14 points, Layla Boudon had 10, and Madison Justman scored 9. All 3 players are averaging close to double figures per game early on this season. Certainly something to watch for Mayville. On to tonight's schedule, 3 girls games. Springs hosts Valley Christian tonight at 5:50, part of a girls-boys doubleheader on the Ledge. Omro is at Wapaka for a 7 p.m. tip looking for their first win, and North Fondy hosts Southern Door. And as we hinted there, the start of the boys basketball season across the state tonight, and there are 6 Flyway teams in action. No game for North Fondy, and Lemire also had to cancel its game against Random Lake since the Lions' new coach Dan Damask hasn't had much of his varsity squad as they were making a run to the football state championship. Elsewhere, though, Spring starts their season at home against New Holstein. Tip for that game comes up right after the girls' game, about 7:15 or so. Campbellsport is on the road for a 7 o'clock tip at Whitefish Bay High School. Mayville welcomes in a Kiel program that has been very strong recently, but lost a terrific senior class from a season ago. Laconia, one of the conference title favorites, starts their season at Oostburg. Defending champion Omro is on the road at Ripon. And finally, Winnebago Lutheran has a tough test against an East Central opponent, Berlin, coming to WLA tonight. Flyway up for grabs after so much talent graduated from the boys' side last year. Going to be an interesting race on the boys' side. Finally, a couple of hockey games tonight as well. Springs is the defending Division II champion. That means they'll be moved up to D1 because of competitive balance. And the Ledger's on the road to take on Neenah tonight to open their season. Puck drops at 7 p.m. One note for hockey, a few students around the Flyway co-op with Fondy for both boys and girls hockey. The boys team plays Kettle Moraine tonight at the Blue Line. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.